What's up, everybody? It's your boy Sully the Great One back at it again, and this time we're talking about Marvel's Spider-Man Far From Home.
You forgot to mention that it's featuring Keezer, the Marvel expert.
So this is going to be everything you need to know about Marvel's Spider-Man Far From Home in under 5 minutes.
Item 1. Mysterio, he is the baddie. So we know Mysterio is the baddie, but in the trailers we're like, uh-oh, wait. Is he actually good because he's fighting all these big elementals? Actually, we're going to say this is a straight-up Incredibles like plot line.
So it's a Disney movie knocking off another Disney movie?
Exactly. Well, it's kind of a Sony movie, though.
But
anyway,
I mean, it's kind of a Sony movie, but Disney does share the rights now a little bit for the time being.
Right, kind of. So all these big bad threats that this hero Mysterio's coming in to save is actually most likely put on by, we're just assuming that it's going to be put on by Mysterio. He is an illusionist, so these massive illusions that only he can fix. Yeah, I'm calling a bologna sandwich on that.
So do you think he's like, or do you think they're going to tie him into the MCU more like along the lines of a Doctor Strange with the powers and so forth, the mystic arts?
Yeah, so a lot of people are saying that because when he's doing all the spells, you see these symbols that kind of correlate with strange ones. I don't know if he'll be a sorcerer like Mordo and Doctor Strange himself, or if he'll be more comic book accurate and he'll be all tech.
So what's point number 2?
All right, so point number 2, romance for Aunt May.
Oh.
Yeah, so a lot of you guys have seen the trailer already. Happy Hogan is getting his flirt on.
Happy Hogan. Boy, he's sliding in. What up, girl? What's your name? Let me get your number.
So this does kind of lead to the question that we talked about earlier. Why is Happy there?
Well, Happy's there because in the first movie, he was like, Tony Stark said, hey, I need you to be this kid's like bodyguard in a sense. So he's like, Alfred to Batman in a sense, right? So yeah. He's there now. One of the things I did notice was when Happy came in, he had a check. It was from Pepper Potts.
Yeah, but there's one person missing from all that.
Yeah, there is. So who's missing?
Yeah, so Iron Man. So there's a big fan theory going around right now that Iron Man. We kind of talked about this in one of our previous videos, which you don't totally check out. Iron Man is not going to make it out of the next Avengers movie. He's going to be potentially the only one that doesn't make it out. And Spider-Man, he kind of, in all of his movies, Spider-Man is his responsibility. He's like a father figure to Spider-Man. Right. So I'm almost thinking it's his last dying wish to tell Happy to take care of his kid. Or his kid, Spider-Man.
And we kind of see that later in the trailer, too, where Happy looks like they're on a private jet or in some type of hotel room. I mean, it does look like a private jet.
Yeah, it was a private jet.
And they're sitting there, and Happy's pretty much giving him a speech like, you are alone now. That's what it feels like he's saying. And, typically, if you look at the old, Spider-Man movie, the movie before, you notice that Tony Stark would be the one coming in, talking to him in the taxi cab, coming in the Iron Man suit, coming out of it, talking to him like, I thought you were more than this, like being that pep talk that the kid needed. And now Tony Stark's not there. So this is maybe confirming that Tony Stark is gone based on that relationship in the signage or the check. Now, granted, Pepper Potts, this is part of her job, is that more charitable work and donations piece, but then again, like she is moving into that position of being the head of Stark Industries.
Well, she is the head of Stark.
Is she? Yeah, she is.
Yeah, but sidebar, do you see the toy that got leaked and do you see the rescue armor?
Yeah. So that's for Avengers.
Yeah, that's for sidebar.
Sidebar.
All right, so next point. Road trip or Europe trip. So Spider-Man's not going to be taking place in New York as everyone loves Spider-Man.
Disclaimer, kids, do not watch Euro Trip. Kids, do not watch that movie. Get your parents' approval before watching that film.
All right, so point number 4, we will see a black Spider-Man suit that a lot of people are arguing what it is, but I think it's safe to assume that Nick Fury gives it to him, and it is a SHIELD Spider-Man suit.
The Spider-Man noir suit from the 1930s.
Except that's
it looks exactly 1930s.
Like it. Yeah, 1930s.
It looks exactly like that.
We'll give you half credit.
They took inspiration.
Yeah, we'll give you half credit. You took some inspiration, but it's definitely a SHIELD commissioned suit. And the last little tidbit we do want to mention is Uncle Ben does exist in the MCU, because we know every single time we've seen Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, that always starts with Uncle Ben.
Yeah. And obviously, they decided not to go down that route with this edition of Spider-Man because they felt like the viewer has been through so much already with the original tellings of Spider-Man that everybody knows that he had an uncle that passed away.
Right.
Reason why we found out that Uncle Ben does live in this MCU is when he's packing, the suitcase had his initials on it, which is an awesome tell, a nice little throwback piece. They don't have to mention much, but if you could just click, you feel that okay, they know Uncle Ben existed,
and there's
which is
and it
really
just
cool.
We're just gonna assume that it's happened the way it was supposed to happen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you did not, give it a thumbs down, and let us know why. Oh Jesus, dear God, we're nerds. Deuces.